सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। Chapter 4, verse number 29. अपाने जुह्वतिः प्राणम् प्राणे पानं तथा परे प्राणापानगतिरुद्ध्वा प्राणायामपरायणाः Lord Krishna enumerating the yajnas, we can call those yajnas as disciplines. Every ritual, every vratam, every practice is a type of discipline. That means every action is spiritually oriented. The action is divinized. Divinization of every activity is called yajna, including taking bath itself, eating also. It is called a yajna. Lord Krishna has given from the 28th onwards, he has given here 5 types of yajnas. Dravya yajna, tapo yajna, yoga yajna, swadhyaya yajna and jnana yajna. And previous 26th, 27th also Lord Krishna has given. From 25th onwards he has started. We have already completed those yajnas. I need not elaborate them. So, in this 29th shloka, 11th yajna Lord Krishna giving, that is pranayama yajna. Pranayama yajna means pranayama sadhana. Some people take up the practice of pranayama abhyasa. Pranayama means here asamantat pranasya yamanam, disciplining, controlling the prana, directing, channelizing our breathing pattern, inhalation and exhalation. Inhalation is called apana prana. Exhalation is called prana, mukhya prana. When you inhale, breathe in, what you are doing, that inhalation you are offering into exhalation. That inhalation, whatever you have taken, and offering into exhalation, leaving out. And when you do exhalation, whatever is already there inside, inhaled breath, that you are offering into exhalation. So, he says here, pranayama parayanaha. Parayanaha means those who are committed to, resort to this practice of pranayama. What they do, apare, some people, Some people means those who are doing other yajnas, they are doing, but some other people, they don't do all these things, but they do pranayama. Apare juhvati, they offer. What they offer? Pranam, exhalation. Exhalation they offer into apane, inhalation. They offer the exhalation into inhalation, means they take deep inhalation. So that inhalation taking means predominantly they focus their mind on that inhalation, apana prana. So pranam apane juhvati, that is the meaning. The giving importance to exhalation. So the inhalation will disappear. Inhalation disappear into exhalation. Pranam, that exhalation disappear into inhalation. Inhalation disappear into exhalation. Offering, what will happen? Everything disappear. And when you put in the fire, what will happen? Everything will disappear. Similarly, when you take this exhalation, when you offer into inhalation, it will disappear. So, exhalation will disappear into the fire of inhalation. Tatha, some other people, apanam prane juhvati, we have to supply. Some people offer apanam, means inhalation, prana, giving importance to more time to puraka pranayama. Inhalation means what? Purakam. Pur means to fill. To fill our lungs is called pur. Purakam. You fill your lungs more. That's why you take deep breath. More time. That is called puraka pranayama. If you do more time exhalation, it is called rechaka pranayama. It's a wonderful sadhana to calm down the mind. Physical health benefit is there. Blood pressure korayum. You can reduce the blood pressure. Very, very useful practice. So, apanam prane juhati. Apanam means inhalation. Prane means into exhalation, into the fire of exhalation. They offer. What about some other people? Some people prana apana gati rudhva. Some people only take more time in inhalation, and some people take more time in exhalation. Two types of people. There are third type of people, they hold the breath long time. Between inhalation and exhalation. Between inhalation and exhalation. Inhalation and exhalation you can understand. Taking air inside is called inhalation. Inhalers they are taking inhalers. So inhalation more time and exhalation. These two, in between there is a time gap. Some people hold more time, that is called kumbhaka. More time they hold the breath. Kumbhaka pranayama. So puraka, rechaka, kumbhaka pranayama. So some people they will not focus on puraka or rechaka or kumbhaka. Normal breathing like us. No? Generally we do normal breathing. But when you do sadhana, therefore Sandhya Vandanam time, Achamanayam time, Puja time, the pranayama is very important. We can focus your mind there. That's why they do that sadhana. So, Sagarbha pranayama, Agarbha pranayama, two types. The pranayama subject itself is a very vast subject. Sagarbha pranayama means when you inhale or exhale, you chant a mantra. For every breath in, or every breathe out, you chant a mantra. Japa will be there. Your Ishta Devata or Gayatri. Om Bhu Bhur. Apo. That's all they will chant while doing Gayatri. Om Bhu Bhuva Suvaha Mahajanaha Tapaha Satyam. Like that. Then they hold the breath. Apo Jyoti Rasomrutam Bhur Bhuvaswarom. They will leave it. Like that, even normal mantra also we can do that. That is called Sagarbha Pranayama. So that what will happen? You remember the God more time. Sagarbha Pranayama, and Agarbha means mantra Rahita Pranayama is called Agarbha Pranayama. So there are 5 pranas, because this is the context. Again we can recollect Tattva Bodha we saw. But 5 pranas are there. Before going to see that 5 pranas, there is another important point. Here, some people do holding the breath while after leaving. After exhalation, they hold the breath. That is called Bahya Kumbhaka. They hold the breath after leaving the air out. But don't do now, okay? You have to learn from a teacher pranayama, then only you have to practice. After leaving out the air, they hold the breath. That is called Bahya Kumbhaka. Bahya means external. Some people hold the breath after inhalation. That is called Antara Kumbhaka. Antara Kumbhaka, internal holding. Antara Kumbhaka. Kumbhaka is called retention of the breath. Retention of the breath, either outside after breathing out or after taking inside. This Kumbhaka also will help to focus the mind. Very, very useful practice. And 5 pranas are those pranas. First one, prana. That respiratory system will be taken care of by that prana, Mukhya prana. There are 5 systems in our body, and there is 5 systems taking care of our body. The pranas are taken care of. Respiratory system will be taken care of by Mukhya prana. Respiratory system means, lungs, from nose up to the lungs inside. The whole respiratory system, it is called respiratory system. Which prana is taking care of? This inhalation, exhalation, Kumbhaka. This prana is taking care of. Then the second prana is apana prana. Circulate this excretory system. All evacuations, very important. Passing urine, motion, sweating, everything, evacuation. Evacuating. That is called apana prana. Excretory prana. If there is any problem in that, immediately ICU. Any problem in kidneys, urinary problem, motion problem, it is danger to life in artham. So, apana prana. Then the third one is vyana prana. Vyana prana means circulatory system will be taken care of by that prana. That is called vyana prana. Blood circulation is also very, very important. After some age, generally people say, koncham blood circulation kammiya irukke, headache. You have to pump it now. How can you pump that air to the head? So, vyana prana will take care of the circulatory system, blood circulation. Then that fourth one is called samana prana. Samana prana, which take care of the digestive system. Fourth system. What is the first system? Respiratory system. Second one, excretory system. Third one, circulatory system. Fourth one is digestive system. All are important for our life survival. All systems are important. Samana prana. This prana which helps the food to distribute to the whole body equally. Digestion part. And the food what you have taken will be digested and that food has to be converted into carbohydrates and nutrition, and it has to mix with the blood, and that blood has to flow into the body. So whatever you are eating, lot of hard food and all saapte, we have to convert into liquid, then it has to convert into small juice, then it has to be converted into vitamins, minerals, proteins, carbohydrates, and it has to mix with the blood. Then you say, aha, strengthen. This mechanism Bhagavan kept in every system. Amazing, no? Bhagavan, you have to thank. Half-cooked food also it has to struggle and convert. Every food, even raw food. How many things we are dumping inside. Huh? But we never bother inside what is happening in the stomach. One day or 2 days. Years together, decades together. So that is the digestive system taken care of by that Samana Prana. This is called Madhya Pradesh. Madhya Pradesh Prana is Madhya Pradesh stomach. Stomach ulla enna irukku Samana Prana irukku. That's why Samana Prana is not working properly, digestion problems will come. That's why Mukhya Pranayama practice will take care of all these 5 systems. Then the final one is called Udana Prana, expulsory Prana. Expulsory means that which come out, vomiting, hiccups. This is called Udana Prana. When the food poison, suppose you eat something, that food will not digest properly. Suppose it become a poison inside. Poison in the sense it produces bad gases. That food has to be sent out immediately. What Udana Prana take care of this person? No, this food should not be inside. You send it out. That prana will be activated, and 2-3 hours before it starts working. When we are traveling Sringeri bus, one by one, no? Udana Prana activates. Udana Prana activates and get vomit. So even at the time of death, this Udana Prana will be active. Because everything has to go out. That's why everything come out from ears, nose, mouth. That is called Udana Prana is highly active. All these pranas are there in us. There are even subdivisions. We are not seeing those subdivisions. This is enough for us. This is about the prana. That's why some people focus on this pranayama to raise the kundalini. Experts, only job is doing pranayama every day. Morning, afternoon, evening, night, pranayama, pranayama, pranayama. Why? To raise the kundalini. Kundalini is nothing but a potential power in everything. So to rise that kundalini, every one of us have such a kundalini shakti. So the sign of kundalini rising is you love the whole universe. It is the sign. Unfortunately, many people do not know who are all practicing kundalini. They want to get some powers. They want to read the minds of others by rising the kundalini. That's why the kundalini is like a double-edged weapon. It harms the person and it is very, very helpful also. That's why positively we have to raise the kundalini by purification. Pranayama is a purificatory. Nadi Shuddhi means what? Purification of nadis. The more you purify the nadis with yama, niyamas you have to follow, values you have to follow, then that kundalini automatically it will rise. You never wish to rise. It has to rise spontaneously by your way of lifestyle. Then you will never get any disease. And you will get a tremendous love, compassion, all values in high extent, higher extent they come. And you become a divine person. That's another unfortunate thing. People are struggling to rise the kundalini without taking care of the values. disciplines, other disciplines. So therefore we have to understand Kundalini rising is important or not. It is not important for Vedantic students. Okay, Kundalini, let it be sleeping better. When you are following values, Kundalini automatically it will rise. Okay. Next shloka we will read. 30th shloka. Apare niyataharaha प्राणान् प्राणेषु जुह्वति सर्वेप्येते यज्ञविदः यज्ञक्षपितकल्मषाः. Now another important last and final yajna is called Ahara Niyama Yajna. Ahara Niyama Yajna, 12th one. There are so many yajnas, but as sample 12 yajnas only Lord Krishna giving. Because in Puranas, Itihasas, if you see every character, almost all characters, either one or other yajna they will take up. They dedicate and they committed to that sadhana, that discipline. If you read Bharatam, Bhagavatam, Ramayanam, one character, they are practicing one or other disciplines, highlighted. All bhaktas. Now this Ahara Niyama Yajna is the one of the important yajna. Apare, some people, Niyataharaha, who are interested in regulating their diet. Niyatam means regulation. Regulation in what? Ahara. Regulation of food. Jite rasam, jite sarvam. If I control my tongue, I can control the whole universe. Jite rasam. Rasam enna, not our rasam. Mulaga rasam, pineapple rasam, ennennamo pandram rasam. We are experts in doing that rasam, but we are not conquering our rasanendriyam. Rasana indriyam means this tongue is called rasanendriyam. This rasanendriyam is the taste. If we control it, it is having two functions. No? All sense organs are doing one function. This is promotion, two functions. Talking tongue, eating tongue. So talking tongue also we have to regulate. We have to supply here. Bhagavan didn't tell, no? We have to supply. Ahara Niyama Yajna, Vak Tapas also included. Because this is doing two jobs, so we have to supply, implied. We have to supply. Niyataharaha, those who want to regulate their food, what they do? Pranan praneshu juhvati. Here pranan means not that prana. Here pranan means undisciplined prana or diet. Undisciplined diet, food, whatever they eat, they offer into disciplined prana. Undisciplined prana, they offer into disciplined prana. Artham. Pranan means undisciplined prana, offer into praneshu, disciplined prana. Very technically, Lord Krishna is presenting digestive system, no? Whatever they are eating, the food, into the digestive system. That is also a samana prana. Where we are sending the food into which prana? Samana prana. Now only we saw previous shloka. Samana prana is that which is taking care of digestive system. Our idli, dosha, all this vada, where they are going, which prana? samana prana. So praneshu, samana praneshu, juhati, they offer. Once you offer, it is into the fire, it is purified. For the purification, Agni Bhagavan has got a capacity to purify. This Jatharagni in the stomach, that Samana Prana produced the Jatharagni, that fire juice. Because of that fire juice only, whatever we eat, it will be digested. How do you feel? I am having hunger. That hunger is what? Jatharagni is ready in Artha. Jatharagni is ready. There is Agni fire in your abdomen, stomach. That fire having a capacity to digest the food, and it converts that food into energy. So praneshu means samana praneshu. Pranan means what? Undisciplined. All these food stuffs, whatever we are eating, they discipline them. I am putting into fire, samana prana. Let me not put any undisciplined food. Colored food, flavored food, unwanted food. What I should not eat, I should not put that. That is called undisciplined food. So what are all things I have to stop, and niyatam, with full discipline they put into the fire of that praneshu, samana praneshu. So here some of the important points I used to give in yoga class all the time about food disciplines. So this is an opportunity. Again we will get one in 17th chapter. So I would like to give some important points about food. Our health is totally depending on what we eat. If we know how to eat, what to eat, when to eat, how much to eat, how often to eat, we will never get disease. If we know. So some important points, what our elders, our achara says here, the food, what to eat, first thing. What to eat, no, we know idli, dosa, sambar, rice, we know what to eat. But Shastra says not only that, you have to see certain other disciplines in what to eat. Eat vegetarian diet, pure vegetarian. Swamini, why you are telling pure vegetarian? Vegetarian and chonnale pohume. Because some people are telling egg is vegetarian. So egg will never come under vegetarian. Egg comes under non-veg. So therefore even egg should not be touched. If you want spiritual growth, if you want muscle growth, you eat, want. But we are interested in spiritual growth. And even onion we are not supposed to eat. It creates rajasic nature, passion, anger. Onion is not supposed to be touched. Even garlic, it may be good for heart, physical heart, but it's not good for the mind. So boiled, bland, katva, amla, lavana, tushna, tishna, Bhagavan is going to say later. Too hot, too chill, too cold, we are not supposed to take. Too chilly, spicy food. Too much salt, we should not eat. So these are all disciplines, what to eat. And eat from where that they cook in your house with positive thinking, not with anger. To eat at home only, not outside. So that is what to eat over. To develop sattva guna. Then there is upavasa. We are going to talk later. There is a breakfast, breaking the fasting. It's called a breakfast. So the upavasa is also a nima. When to eat? Once in a week, give holiday to the stomach. holiday. Holiday na upavasa, fasting. What do you mean by upavasa? Upasamipe yo vasaha. Jivatma paramatmanoho. Upa means near. Not upma, but upa, near. Vasa means remaining, staying. Upavasa means staying near the Lord. Manasa, vacha, karmana. At least vacha, karmana, not all the time. Manasa, especially that day, you have to think about God alone. Upavasa. Jivatma Paramatmanoho. Aide Jivatma is closer to the Lord Paramatma. That is called Jivatma Paramatmanoho. Natu Kayasya Shoshanam. It is not making the body, body means emaciating the body. Shoshana means what? Drying up the body. Upavasa means I am not taking anything. Today I am upavasa. Today I am upavasa. You are telling for all people and both will dry up. We are not supposed to tell anybody. Tomorrow I am going to do upavasa. Tomorrow. Then next day, yesterday I did upavasa. Yesterday. That upavasa phalam has gone. What do you mean by upavasa? Jivatma Paramatmanoho Samipe Vasaha. Natu Kayasya Shoshanam. Dieting is Kayasya Shoshanam. When they are doing dieting. So when to eat, one day give holiday, other days you eat. So this is what to eat apram. When to eat, when you have hunger only you eat. Other timings give rest to the stomach. Time pass and don't go eat continuously. Give gap. பசி திருன்னா கொஞ்சம் கேப், கொஞ்சம் பசி இருக்கணுமா எப்போவுமே. We should not fill the stomach fully. Purayet ashanena artham. Stomach you have to fill with the food. Purayet, fill up. Ashanena, with food. Artham, stomach, half only you have to fill up. What about the other half? நமக்கு இப்போ Purayet ashanena artham. And then that 1/4 Padav Udakena cha. 1/4 you have to fill up with water. Padav Udakena cha. Udakam means water. Padam means 1/4. Udakena cha. Vayo sancharanartham chaturtham avasheshayet. Vayo sancharanartham. That vayu, the air has to move in the stomach. The food has to move. Vayo sancharanartham chaturtham. Other 1/4. Avasheshayet. Let it be there. Purayet ashanenartham padam udakena cha. Vayo sancharanartham chaturtham avasheshayet. All ellame solli vechirukkan. People, all Mahatmas. This is what we have to take food and minimum eat moderately in artham. Mitaharam. Eat moderately. Ityartha. That's why in Sandhya time we are not supposed to eat. Sandhya time is meant for Samyak Dhyayati iti Sandhya. Any time that which joins morning, that Pratha Sandhya, Sayam Sandhya, Madhyana Sandhya. Sandhya means what? Joining time. So darkness we are dispelling, Lord sun is coming, it is called Sandhi. This is Pratha Sandhya. Again Madhyanam, afternoon starting time is called Madhyana Sandhya. And Sayam Sandhya, again sun is setting and the night is coming, that is Sandhikalam. That time we are not supposed to eat. What to do then? You have to do Dhyanam. Samyak Dhyayati iti Sandhya. And the Sandhya time the puja, punaskaram we have to do morning, evening. And Madhyana also many people do. Bhagavanukku Trikala puja enna artham idudha. They perform. So Sandhya is supposed meant for prayer, not meant for eating. Okay. Then how to eat? How to eat? Eat with prayer. First start with prayer. After doing prayer only, you have to eat and show your gratitude to all and to the Bhagavan first and eat. And without prayer, we are not supposed to eat. And after serving everything, we have to do prayer and then eat. So what prayer you can say now? There are different prayers. Many of you know, Annapurne Sadapurne Shankara Prana Vallabhe. Oh, Annapurna, Sadapurna, you are always full. Shankara Prana Vallabhe, you can understand easily. Jnana, edukkaha why I am eating? Jnana Vairagya Siddhyartham. I want to get knowledge, dispassion, Vairagyam. Bhiksham dehi cha Parvati. Oh mother, please bless me. You have to chant this shloka. Or Brahmarpanam. We saw that shloka here itself in this chapter. Brahmarpanam Brahmahavi Brahmagnau Brahmanahutam Brahmaiva tena gantavyam Brahma karma samadhina. We have to chant and eat. Another shloka is there. Annam Brahmaraso Vishnuhu. All doshas should go from the food. You have to chant one shloka. Annam Brahma. The food is in front of me is called Brahma. Raso Vishnuhu. Some taste is there in that food. The taste is called Vishnuhu. Annam Brahma. Raso Vishnuhu. Then who left out? Bhokta Devo Maheshwaraha. Bhokta means eater. Eater is who? Maheshwaraha. Who is the eater? I am the eater. That means what? I am Maheshwara. The food in front of me is Brahma. Rasaha, the taste in the food is Vishnu. The eater is Bhokta, is Shiva. Iti sinchintya bhunjana. Thinking like this, remembering like this and eating, annadoshairna lipyate. There won't be any dosha in that food. In the food poison and the word varad. Annadosham won't be there. It is sanchintya bhunjana. Bhunjana means eating. Annadoshairna lipyate. Annam brahmaraso vishnuhu bhokta devo maheshwaraha. Iti sanchintya bhunjana annadoshairna lipyate. Beautiful shloka. Then aham vaishvanaro bhutva praninam deham ashritaha pranapana samayuktaha pachamyannam chaturvidham. Where, which chapter? 15th chapter. Adu nalla theriyum. Okay. Then how much to eat? I told you, but there is a shloka, beautiful shloka. Brahmachari how much should eat, sannyasi how much he has to eat. Ella kanak. Ashto grasa muner bhaksha. Ashto grasa muner bhaksha means a munihi. That means a sannyasi. Ashto grasa. Ashto means only 8 morsels. Only 8 times only he has to take food. அதுக்கு மேலே போகக்கூடாது. ஏன்னா அவருக்கு தப்பா கேப்பா வந்து என்ன பண்ணுறது? அஷ்டௌ கிராசா முனேர் பக்ஷாக. தென் நெக்ஸ்ட் द्वादशारण्यवासिनः. द्वादशारण्यवासिनः वानप्रस्थास. Aranyavasi means vanaprasthas. Vanaprasthis means retired people and ardham. Okay, retired people above 60. They have to take only 12 morsels. One morsel, one time. Kavalam and children, one vati. Like that, 12 times they had to take. Food problem irukadu ulagathila ipdi saapta ellarume. Dvadasharanyavasinah. Then grihasthaske. Dvatrimshat grihasthanam. Dvatrimshat means 32. Papa well ella pannanume and ritual in the ritual ella pannanu. Taking care of the children. A lot of work he has to do. Dvatrimshat grihasthanam. What about brahmachari, unmarried people anna? Hyamitam brahmacharinam. Amitam anna. Limitless brahmacharinam. Because that is a growing stage, you know. So they have to eat more. Brahmacharina. So, this is kanak. Okay. நமக்கு பிடிக்குமோ பிடிக்காதோ, we have to listen. Hitam, Medhyam and Hitam, Medhyam, Mitam. இந்த 3 பாயிண்ட்ஸ் ஞாபகம் வச்சு. ஹித்தம்னா that food which is good for me only I have to eat. ஏகபுக்தம் மகாயோகி, அதுக்கு ஒரு ஸ்லோகம் இருக்கு, எல்லாமே ஸ்லோகம்தான். ஏகபுக்தம் சதாரோக்கியம். ஒரு ஆகாரம் பற்றி எத்தனை பாருங்க. ஏகபுக்தம் சதாரோக்கியம். இன் ஒன் டே ஐ ஹாவ் டு டேக் மோர் ஃபுட் ஒன் டைம், ஹெவி ஃபுட், அது சாலிட் ஃபுட். அதர் டைமிங்ஸ் வெரி வெரி லிட்டில் யூ ஹாவ் டு டேக். ஏகபுக்தம் சதாரோக்கியம். Dvibhuktam balavardhakam. Dvibhuktam means 2 times. If you take food, full food, balavardhakam, you get lot of strength. Balavardhakam. Tribhuktam vyadhi pidasyat. Tribhuktam means morning, afternoon, night. If you take heavy food, vyadhi pidasyat. Tribhuktam vyadhi pidasyat. எல்லாம் கோட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க, நல்லது, உடம்புக்கு நல்லது, உடம்புக்கு நல்லது. ஏகபுக்தம் சதாரோக்கியம், விபுக்தம் பலவர்தகம், திரிபுக்தம் வியாதிபீடஸ்யாத். வியாதிபீடன்னா டிசீஸ். அண்ட் சதுர்புக்தம் மிருத்தம் துருவம். 4 times ஹெவி ஈட்டிங் ஃபுட்னா லைஃப் ஸ்பேன் இஸ் வெரி லெஸ்ன்னு அர்த்தம். உடனே அவுட்னா. ஸோ ஆஹார நியம யஜ்ஞா many people follow. After saying this, Lord Krishna concluding in the last second line, sarve api ete. All these yajnas, sarve api ete means all these people. Ete means these people who are all following this yajnas, either 2 or 3 or 4 or at least 1, who are all following. Sarve ete Brahm Yajna Vidaha. Yajna Vidaha, who practice any one of these yajnas. Yajna Vidaha means knows about this yajna and follow this yajna. It depends on their capacity, body constituency. Eppadi irukkumennu. A diabetic person cannot practice some other this ahara niyama yajna or sugar jaasti aidum. So that problem, according to Upavasa, suppose some diseases, person, their fever is there, suppose any problem is there, they are not able to do, you can omit that yajna, take up another yajna. Swadhyaya yajna you can do, chanting, recitation. Suppose he cannot read, he cannot chant, suppose another yajna he can take up. Like that you have a choice. So yajna vidaha, what is the benefit now? Yajna kshapita kalmashaha. They become purified. Yajna kshapita kalmashaha, purified. Kshapita means purified. From what? From impurity. By that yajna they become purified. Next shloka 31. Yajnashishtamrita bhujaha yanti brahma sanatanam nayam lokosya yajnasya kutonyah kuru sattamam. Very important shloka. In this verse, Lord Krishna giving the 2 types of people. Whoever practice these yajnas and who are not practicing. 2. Contrast and comparative study. So to highlight, to glorify and to criticize those who are not practicing these yajnas, Lord Krishna criticizing, and those who are practicing these yajnas, Lord Krishna praising, glorifying. This glory is not for glorification only, to bring the enthusiasm in the sadhakas. Criticism is not for criticism's sake, ninda is not for ninda's sake. Criticism meant to drop that habits, wrong habits. Indisciplined life has to be dropped, and they can take up the enthusiasm to take the spiritual pursuit. Not lukewarm enthusiasm. Many people are having only lukewarm enthusiasm. First, we will do, and later, they say slowly. Not like that. To intensify the burning desire for moksha, these are all meant for that, these are all means for that goal. Therefore, to improve their burning desire inside all these sadhanas. So Lord Krishna criticized those people who are not practicing. Not you. You are all practicing. I hope so. Yajna shishtaha amruta bhujaha. Whoever practice this pranayama yajna or ahara niyama yajna or indriya niyama yajna or mano nigraha, whoever practice, they are all going to get what? Yajna shishtaha means yajnanam shishtam yajna shishtam. Those who partake the sacred remaining portion. Yajna shishtam means after offering to the Lord, you take. That is called yajna shishtam. Once you do some puja, after puja, what you do? You keep naivedya. That is called yajna shishtam. And after doing other yajna homa also, what you get? Some that yajna ash you get. Some phalam payasam, some prasadam they do. That is yajna shishtam. This yajna shishtam remaining portion, suppose you got a salary, and you take that 10 rupees and you give danam, put in front of the Lord, put in a hundi and take remaining salary. That is what? Yajna shishtam. After doing naivedyam in your house, suppose, you take that food, that is called yajna shishtam. If you eat that and offering everything to Lord and use it, anything. If you offer the vastram to the Lord and keep and take, that is called yajna shishtam. Partake the remaining thing after offering, it is called yajna shishtam. It is amritam. It is equal to amritam. Amrita bhujaha means the result who take up of these yajnas, that which comes after the practice of those yajnas, shishtam prasadam, that is called prasadam. After offering to the Lord, whatever you use it is called as prasadam. Tat amrutam, that is called amrutam. Those who are eating that amrutam, they are sanatanam brahma yanti. They will attain the eternal Brahman. They will reach, yanti means they will go to chirantanam brahma. Sanatana means chirantanam, eternal, shashvatam, nityam, permanent. That Brahma, they will go to that Brahman. They will go to Anna, you should not take literally, again going to Brahman Anna. When I am going through this shloka, I got one idea. They will go to Brahman Anna, they will go to a teacher who will teach about Brahman. You are able to come to study Bhagavad Gita means either in this Janma or previous Janma you have done either one yajna or other, or now also you are doing some yajnas here. That's why you have come here. It is not your own, your punya is there coming along with you. That's why they are coming here. So they go to Brahman, they go to a teacher who is talking about the Brahman, and giving that Brahma Jnanam to that, they will attain Brahman. They go to Brahman. Adi artham. Sanatanam Brahma yanti. After yajna, whatever they receive, they will get moksha. They enjoy it and they get moksha. And he says, this is the benefit, positive side of that yajna. If you don't do that yajna, see, na ayam lokaha asya ayajnasya. Ayajnasya means those who are not practicing. Ayajnaha means a person who never perform this yajna. Yathoktanam yajnanam ekaha api yajnaha yasya na asti. Acharya Shankara writes, translates ayajnaha na paranga. Yathoktanam yajnanam ekaha. As I said 12 yajnas in previous, yatha uktanam yajnanam ekaha, at least one api yajnaha yasya na asti. Whoever is not practicing even single one yajna, ayagnasya, what will happen to him? Ayagnasya ayam lokaha na asti. He can never enjoy in this janma, in this world. Ayam lokaha na asti. He cannot enjoy this loka. Eppume aludunde iruppan. Edho or problem, one problem or other, he will suffer. In this loka, he cannot enjoy. Even money will be there, but money will not. That's why Shastra says, really to enjoy, you require a mind, that's all. A healthy mind to enjoy, not money. To enjoy the stars, what you require? Money? No. Even money is there, people are not enjoying. If you have a mind to enjoy the stars, you are enjoying. You can enjoy the ocean. You can enjoy that moon, sun, flowers, trees, mountains. Manassu venum. And the quality mind venum. Money will never give joy. Your mind is required. Quality mind, healthy mind is required. You need not pay anything for that. But you go to cinema or TV or some program, you have to spend money. But to enjoy the stars, how much you have to spend money? To offer everything to Lord, no, manasik moolama, manasika puja, what you have to do? Manasika puja. Ratnai kalpitamasanam himajalai. No, with mental you are offering. Single pie you are not spending. But you are enjoying that. But people are spending money, they are not enjoying. So intelligent way of enjoyment is have a devotion and enjoy. This is the technique Bhagavan has kept for us. Ayagnasya ayam lokaha nasti means one more meaning we can take. He will not come to a human birth next. He will not come to a human birth and another. He will go to another birth, cockroach or karpambuchi madri. He will go to a crocodile, donkey or some other birth. Ayam lokaha nasti, guarantee. No manusya janma at all. What to talk of higher loka? Kaha kutaha anyaha. What to talk of swarga loka, brahma loka, tapo loka, higher lokas. Manusya janma, this lokame is not going to get next birth. What to talk of higher lokas? That means he will never get jnanam. He will never get brahma loka. He will never get swarga loka. Swarga lokame illana brahma loka enge kadikum. Don't ask me what is the difference between swarga loka and brahma loka. எனக்கு என்னமோ சந்தேகமா இருக்கு அவங்க பார்த்தாலே சொல்லிடுறேன். See, kamya karma, shuddha kamya karma, if you do good rituals and all, you go to swargaloka. If you do upasana along with karma, you go to brahmaloka. So kamya putra kameshti, yajnam, yagam, all these things, rituals, puja, panchamaha yajnam, all you do just for your material benefits, you will go to swargaloka. What is Swargaloka? Rambha, Urosi, dance, singing, and a person who mixes with Upasana, he will go to Brahmaloka. Even Kanna, this person who is not at all performing any yajna, in the Lokamu Kadayad, Swargalokamu Kadayad, பிரம்மலோகம் அது மேலே கிடையாது. இவனுக்கு ஞானமாக வரப்போகிறது, ஜீவன் முக்தியும் கிடையவே கிடையாது. therefore practice either one or other yajna. 32 evam bahuvida yajnaah vitata brahmano mukhe कर्मजान विद्धितान सर्वान् एवं ज्ञात्वा विमोक्षसे. एवं in this manner बहुविधा यज्ञाः. बहुविधाः means manifold ways. बहुप्रकाराः many yajnas based on adhikari. According to their qualification they can take up any yajna. Why so many yajnas? One yajna is sufficient. nahi edukku ithna yajnas anna? Depend on the person's taste, person's capacity, caliber. Shastra has to give different yajnas. So therefore bahuvidha yajnaah. ஒன்று முடியலன்னா மார்னிங் யூ ஹேவ் டு கெட் அப் அண்ட் டேக் பாத் அண்ணா. எனக்கு முடியலன்னா ஓகே டேக் வென் யூ வாண்ட் யூ கேன் டேக் பாத் ஆஃப்டர்வர்ட்ஸ் அட்லீஸ்ட் டூ பூஜைண்ணா. அதே முடியலன்னா அட்லீஸ்ட் ஈவினிங் டைம் ஆகுது பண்ணுண்ணா. ஸோ சாய்ஸ் ஹஸ் பீன் கிவன் ஹியர். ஸோ பகுவிதாக யஜ்ஞாः தட் மீன்ஸ் மானசிக சம்பந்தமான யஜ்ஞாஸ். சர்டன் யஜ்ஞாஸ் யூ கேன் டூ மென்டலி. ஜபயஜ்ஞம். ஜபயஜ்ஞம் மீன்ஸ் காயிகமா வாச்சிகமா மானசிகமா? மானசிகம் ஃபைனல்லி. காயவாங்மனः காரியமுத்தமம் பூஜனம் ஜபா சிந்தனம் கிரமாத். Ramana Maharshi says in Upadeshasaram, so therefore that japa manasikam bahuvidhaha, kayakam physically yajnas are there, vachaka japam is loudly saying also a japam, all bahudha. Vitataha brahmano mukhe. Vitataha means spread all over. Tanu dhatu, tanu vistharane. Vitataha means spread all over. From whom? Brahmano mukhe. Brahmana from the pages of Vedas. Here Brahmana not Brahmaji. From the Vedic statements, Veda Shabdeshu, Vedasya Dvare. In the Vedic books, words, they are all born out of Vedic statements. Oh Arjuna, you know all of them born out of karma. Karmajan tan vidhin. You know this way you will get moksha. This line is very crucial line. I have to elaborate. Next class I will explain. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om.